Hi Atlantic readers, this is Taylor Clark, and I'm here to talk a bit about my feature in the May issue of the magazine, profile of the independent video game developer Jonathan Blow. Video games have come a long way since the days of Pong, at least technically. Artistically and intellectually, though, well, that's another matter. Today's mainstream games tend to be custom-tailored to fit the tastes of energy drink guzzling post-adolescents. They're filled with noise and gore and non-stop action. Here, for example, we see the latest title from the industry's current 8 million pound gorilla, the Call of Duty franchise.
Target is 500 meters north. We'll leg it from here. Let's go!
Call of Duty games are so frantic and violent, with the constant threat of suddenly being shot in the head always looming above you, that even playing a few minutes of one of them online tends to make me want to go lie down in a quiet place. But this sort of mindless brutality is the game development industry's bread and butter. Each new entry into the highly successful Assassin's Creed series strives mightily to outdo the preposterously gruesome kill animations from the previous games, which kind of shows you where the industry's head is at. The mainstream game studio version of creativity lies in finding new and exciting ways to bludgeon someone to death. Of course, there's more to popular games than gunfire and explosions. There's also a penchant for digital women with huge boobs, preferably wearing bikinis and fighting each other with swords. And there are cartoonish adventures with beloved characters like Mario, which are often delightful and creative, but which never rise above the elementary school comprehension level. This is where Jonathan Blow comes in. Where most game studios draw on the same kind of violence and sensory overload that make Hollywood action movies successful, Blow focuses on building contemplation and deeper meaning into his games. It's a more literary, authored approach. Here, for instance, is an early section of his critically acclaimed puzzle game Braid, and what you might notice first about it is its distinctive visual style. It looks exactly like a painting come to life. Rather than pummeling you with a stirring Russian military march, the game's soundtrack is atmospheric and meditative. Its gameplay and puzzles might look simple here, but things get progressively more challenging, requiring Tim, the protagonist, to use his time manipulation powers in increasingly inventive ways. But most importantly, instead of spinning a mindless tale about saving the world from sinister aliens, Blow has woven a deeply personal and thought-provoking narrative into Braid, one that requires the player to spend plenty of time scratching his head in order to figure out the true meaning behind it all. In his forthcoming game, The Witness, Blow plans to up the artistic ante on every front. It will be quieter, more contemplative, more personal, and more philosophically challenging than maybe any game before it. The Witness takes place in a mysterious abandoned island facility, and you, as the amnesiac main character, need to solve puzzles and find hidden clues in order to understand your purpose there. But Blow plans to make the player work for those clues. What we're seeing here are stills from the game, which is still in production, and every building design and room layout and sequence of puzzles is the end result of many, many hours of careful planning. He's trying to encourage close observation and reflection. In a zen-like game world that's free of frenzied action, Blow wants the environments and puzzles to tell the game's story and deliver its core message. This kind of complex nonverbal communication, he believes, is what makes games stand apart artistically from other mediums. And unlike most developers, making games into art is what Blow aims for. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy reading the piece.